welcome community. Tonight we have an AMA with MetaDoge, and here to talk about that is Dan and Dominic from the team. So yeah, Dan, if we could start with you, maybe just a bit of background on your crypto past.
Yeah, so I'm Dan. I've been in crypto for quite a while, doing predominantly contract work for multiple different tokens, doing dApps for functionality contracts, all little bits and bobs, and it paid a nice living. It's been fun. And then also worked in banking industry and in logistics companies as a full stack developer. So I've been a dev for around 10, 11 years in total, if you include learning early on as well. So I've got quite a vast experience in all areas, really, inside crypto and outside of crypto. Yeah, I think, I don't know how to word it, but I'm just enjoying being on this project now, and having sort of my own baby rather than just working on everyone else's stuff and getting paid for it, to be honest.
Great, yeah. I mean, you launched on the 4th of November. You've got 5,700 holders, 5,300 in the Telegram. It all ties in. Usually it's like, they say they've got a lot more holders than the actual Telegram community. So it all was very nice there. So yeah, what's been happening for the first 3 weeks at MetaDoge?
Yeah, so we had quite a big spike when we got listed on CMC. That was quite early on. And then we've got quite a loyal floor, really, around the 2 million market cap mark. Had a few ups and downs from there on, but it's been, I know we know quite a large base of the holders, and it's been really positive. Everyone waiting for the development, which is going really great at the minute, which is for the ETH bridge, which we've got a preview of that that's come out recently. That will be a two-way ETH bridge, though, not just a one-way. Which the preview currently shows, but we've just got to develop the other side of the front end with the Ethereum contract. And then in terms of what I've been doing, so me and Flo are the developers. He does majority of the back end stuff, just because that's what he's good at and that's what he's works on. Is amazing at Solidity, and I do a large majority of the front end stuff. We support each other, which is great. But so I've been doing the front end for the whole marketplace, the staking, the loot boxes, and the NFT minting, and it's pretty much getting there. We've got a few bits and bobs to tie up with the maths on the staking, but development wise, we're looking at the dates that we want to bring it out for. We're really on track for them, and I'm really happy with it, which, to be honest.
Yeah, so the BSC ETH bridge, that's coming. What's the sort of timeline for that? And that'll be great to get Ethereum diamond hand holders invested in MetaDoge.
Yeah, definitely. Well, in terms of development, I think our F contract for it's done, which includes some little bit of tax for liquidity providers and stuff like that. And in terms of the front end, we just have to switch around to basically make it a two-way bridge, because I think originally we planned to make it a one-way bridge, and we've decided that it's way better for the project. We're big enough now to be able to have a two-way bridge, which is what you see the massive tokens that do it. They all have two-way bridges because it benefits the token a lot more than just allowing people to buy. So the development, I don't want to set a hard date on it, because you know that's like in crypto, you say a date and then it goes 1 minute past it and everyone goes mental. But I do think it's coming along. It's quick, if not quicker than we planned, which is great.
Awesome. And then in the future, you're looking to expand to maybe Polygon, Solana blockchain as well?
Yeah, I mean, they're all options. Like, there's nothing stopping us being able to do that. So it's all stuff that we can think about, definitely.
Oh, great. And then you've got staking coming up soon, and in the future, an NFT marketplace. How's that going to work for investors?
Yeah, so we have the NFT marketplace, and staking basically means that we'll have this sort of a loot box functionality, meaning that you have different rarities of NFTs, varying from uncommon, common, all the way up to legendary, and these have staking multipliers. So obviously the lower rarity ones have a lower staking multiplier, whereas the highest ones you can get 3 to 3.5% multipliers on your staking returns. which is great. And because we're at quite a low market cap now for what I feel like it can be, even now currently, because the team basically, we donated our private sale tokens to fund the staking pool, which is roughly 5% of the supply, which means even now at this market cap, our original staking pool is about 160,000 US dollars. So if just imagine if we went to 20 mil, that's like 1.5 million staking pool in NFTs, which is
that's a great donation.
That's
a great donation that must have strengthened the community and the trust for the team and everything. And yeah, that's nice to get long-term holders supporting you.
Just jumping on that point, sorry, just jumping on the staking. We do have an exchange wallet. It's just 10% of the supply, and we're not opposed to adding some of that to the staking as well. And to coincide with this, we are going to factor into the taxes to top up the staking pool as well, because we recognise that the staking is a good way to keep long-term holders, because they're happy if they're constantly earning money from the stake tokens. So we're definitely going to be topping up that staking pool as it goes along. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah,
cool. And so the 3D metaverse you're going to build in the future, is that going to be in-house or outsourced?
I believe we are looking currently at outsourcing it. I do have my degrees in computer games development, so
cool.
Me and Dom had a chat about it, and we were like, I would like to be part of the development on it, but obviously that means my focus will be primarily on that. And if there's other stuff I can be doing and we're outsourcing it, then it just depends on the focus really. But outsourcing it, I don't have a problem with. Internally, it's a massive job to take on if you want it doing properly, and doing it right as well is also hard, because you can bring out a crap game, but if you pay a proper games company to do it, it's always going to be 10 times better, in my opinion anyway, unless you have a massive team of games dev. So the other option was that we hired a few games devs, like actually to just sit and make the game and that's their predominant function. But either way, I think both solutions, as long as we have a really good plan for it, will work out great for us.
Yeah, 3D is harder than 2D, but more rewarding for long-term game players. How's the game going to play out? What's it going to be based around?
I think still in the sort of design phase properly for the game, is in terms of what the functionality, how is it going to play out. I know it will be based around the metaverse, MetaDoge, and some of the NFT stuff because we're doing some sort of MetaDoge and friends stuff. So we're bringing in some big tokens characters and sort of implementing to our NFT marketplace, and those characters are being designed now. So in terms of the game, I'm pretty sure it'll follow the same similar suit.
I can just share with you some of my ideas, what I've shared for the game. Obviously, it's not just MetaDoge, it's MetaDoge and friends, as Dan mentioned. That means there's going to be multiple characters. We've currently got another 5 characters in development right now, and they're going to be released in the next week to coincide with the staking and the NFTs that we've got. It's going to be lots of other characters that you will recognize, such as Doge and other people that you'll be familiar with, other memes. And it's going to be in the meta theme. So with the hats, there's the same meta element to it. And obviously the game is going to be in the metaverse. It's going to be exploring different lands. It's going to be, well, the way I visualize it, it's going to be similar to, Pokemon on the Game Boy, where you're exploring around and you are, going to different lands. There's different ways to win, like skins in the game. There's ways to win different characters, different themes, etc., different different objects. So there's going to be a lot of interactive element, and it's going to be play to earn. And my thinking as well is to partnership with other tokens and bring their characters into the game, and also allow you to win other tokens in the game. We're in talks with 3 different tokens at the moment for partnerships, and that will be part of those discussions, is to where we can bring those characters into the game, but also have partnerships, soft partnerships, where we do AMAs in each other's community, where we bring NFTs in collaboration, where we cross promote on Twitter as well.
Awesome. And yeah, so the NFTs are going to have utility with the staking and then in the metaverse in the future. How's the NFTs going to be produced? Are they going to be minted? What will be the prices and how many are going to be minted?
So we have a set price it will be set price in MetaDoge, so it's not in BNB, so it's all in our native token, which benefits the staking as well. And we haven't actually set a price yet on the NFT minting, but once it's set, it doesn't normally change on the loot box. So if you get them early while the price is lower, then you're going to have value in your NFTs, and you will be able to resell your NFTs as well, which is also important because you can then sell your NFTs to someone else who might want to stake them, but that'll be on the marketplace side of things.
Yeah, we recently had a AMA with MetaToken, and they came up with an idea when you minted the NFTs. It was a buy on the charts, which was quite a cool idea. You could maybe incorporate it into your NFT when they're produced. Yeah.
Is that so interesting? Fact, is that because they are buying it in BNB and then swapping it back in the token? Do you know? Because I think
I'm not
buy it natively.
I'm not sure how it worked, but yeah, it could have been that way. I mean, you could pop into their chat and have a chat with Batman the Dev, but he came up with some cool ideas around their NFTs, and I thought, yeah, could work really well.
That's really interesting. I might have. I'll chat to you after going about that. See if we can get just a little bit of info. That's cool.
And then you've got an exchange listing coming up. What's the timeline for that in the future?
So the exchange listing is. Let me just check because I always get the names wrong of what we've got planned.
I know what it is. Yeah,
you can do that.
The exchange listing's Albank. We've basically engaged with them. The team has, and I have I don't know what's happening as an oversight. So I see what's going on, and basically it's Albank. We're going to be going for the intermediary package. It won't be this minute because we have some other marketing coming that is going to help boost the marketing wallet in the next week or so. Some of it, we can touch upon. There'll be certain exposure on certain websites that you may be familiar with, certain listing sites. That's going to be happening quite regularly in the next few weeks. So we're expecting a lot of volume. And there is going to be an exchange listing following that. And we're also going to be listed on the Chinese version of CMC, which is called Feng Shui, I think. There's going to be a banner campaign on there, as well as other Asian marketing. But that's to answer your question. It's Albank is the first one.
Oh, cool. I think, they've got quite a lot of Asian investors as well there. So it's a nice exchange to get to. Yeah, and quite a big one. Yeah. So we can go into the marketing. What's the marketing plans going forward? You're going to have a big push into Asia and China as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's an Asian marketing team. Unfortunately, he's asleep at the moment, so I'm feeding back his information because he lives in Singapore, does Will, who heads up our Asian marketing. And he has a lot planned in terms of exposure, trending on Weibo, Bilibili, which is their anime version of YouTube videos. We've got AMAs in various Chinese investor groups. We're going to be on the Chinese version of CMC, which is a good exposure and have a banner campaign on there. We're also going to some other Chinese listing sites, I think CN Token and another one. We're going to be listed on there in a banner campaign. And there's going to be various, giveaways in the Chinese community. Currently, we've got 1,700 people, I think, maybe just a bit less in the Chinese community.
Oh, cool.
And that is a big focus. We have 3 people on the Asian marketing team, and Wilson's actually Malaysian, and he's supported by Sky and John, and also his brother Tony actually is also on the team. Wilson's got his whole family invested in the project, like his mum, his dad, his cousins, everyone's invested. So a lot of the investors are people that we're familiar with, which is great. And, we're pretty sure that a solid proportion of the tokens that are currently held are with people that are willing to hold until we get to, a big stage. And then, you know, they're not going to dump all in one go. You know, they're going to sell systematically and support the token, which is, you know, what you need for growth essentially. But in terms of other marketing planned, you know, there is other exchange listings that we're in talks with. There's a big YouTuber who has 500,000 subscribers. He's a very good one that I used to watch a lot. I actually used to watch him for mining videos. So if you know a good mining video YouTuber, that might be the one. We have another highly subscribed YouTuber as well. They're not as good, but they've got 200,000 followers. They did micro pets recently. And then we've got some other like lower ones as well. So we want to basically trend on YouTube. That's part of the agenda. There's Twitter adverts that are currently going promoting our tweets. We've just set a small budget just to kind of test it out. But we've noticed that the majority of our people, we did this feedback survey, they come from Telegram and CMC. So as you can imagine, those two places are areas that we want to focus on. And that's why we're going to be doing AMAs in Whalecoin Talk and Travlad. We're thinking of doing Blockcast CC and probably a few others. Like I said, there's going to be a focus on Chinese investor groups as well, because we seem to have interest from China, being a meme token, and they like the staking idea, and they're very excited about the metaverse game. So we do really want to focus on that side of the market. It makes sense. Just judging by, like, you know, micro pets, Lucid Lands that launched last night, they all also focused on Chinese investors, and they did very well from it. And obviously culturally they are quite different, so we really want to make sure that we you know, cater towards them. There is going to be a Mandarin version of the website. We're actually working on a new website at the moment. It's partway through development. It has been published, but we're going to be making changes. And with that website, there's going to be the ETH bridge is going to be on there, and the NFT marketplace, but there's also going to be a Mandarin version of the website and the white paper uploaded in the next week, because we want to make it as accessible to Chinese people as possible. And it's something that, you know, a lot of the major tokens do. And just to touch upon the ETH bridge, you know, that is going to be marketed a lot. Like, kind of, we're going to do banner campaigns. We are in talks with DEX to reserve their banner. As you know, there's a big waiting list for DEX. We've been in contact with DAP Radar. So when the NFT marketplace of NFTs are ready, we are thinking of advertising on DAP Radar. Again, that's similar to what MicroPets did. We do see MicroPets as an inspiration in a lot of the marketing, and also King Shiba, because the two recently launched projects that have done pretty well, and also MetaDoge as well. So we've been following what all three of them have been doing very closely, and we just basically we're going to do a lot of marketing what they did. So if you've been following these tokens and you've seen what they've done, you'll realize that what we're going to do is going to be similar in some aspects, but we're not. You know, we're trying to make it unique as well. You know, I think the fact that we have an Asian marketing team, like, full time on the project, really helps. You know, and we obviously have translators in, you know, Korean, Japanese, Malaysian, Mandarin. So we can focus on those markets, and, you know, I think it has a great asset to have them on board. You know, and I think, you know, when I attended an AMA here with King Shiba, and I remember them talking about the ETH bridge and talking about the exchange listings, and thinking, God, you know, this is a decent project to invest in. I can see where it's going. And I feel the same way about MetaDoge. I feel like kind of King Shiba's, like, was it $53 million market cap? We're at 2 million. You know, when King Shiba had the AMA and Whalecoin Talk, it was at $5 million market cap. And then it shooted up in a matter of, I think it was a week, so that's 50 odd million. There's nothing to say that, you know, with the team that MetaDoge has, and the capacity for marketing and development, why it can't take the same path. It can absolutely reach those heights and more. And I arguably, you know, the MetaDoge is I think it's a very marketable product. And when you see the new characters in the Meta range, you know, we're not Meta Pets, we're MetaDoge and Friends, although we did think of Meta Pets a long time ago, but sadly somebody did it. So it's the MetaDoge and Friends. It's all going to be in the same theme, with the Meta symbol and the hat. And I'm really excited for it, you know, like what's coming with the game, etc. Obviously, with promotion, we'll be doing like banner campaigns, like I say, multiple sites and platforms. We will focus on, Facebook and getting that going. We basically doing a recruitment campaign at the moment to improve we're getting a social media person, we're recruiting a voice chat manager. We've just recently appointed like a communications person because we realize, these are like probably quite weak parts of the team, and people don't have the capacity or resource to do these things, like, to focus on them. So we have recruited people, and, we are going to be taking, we're not really, there's been no salaries really on the team. There's been a slight bonus, but we've basically invested every single penny into marketing and development. There's not a penny that is like literally everything. Projects sometimes transfer loads of money to Binance or do whatever. We've done none of that. We've invested every single penny into the project to, try and get it going. We've given the mods like a slight bonus up there, but not much. We've said, when we get going more, we will give more, and there's people that do believe in us and are willing to, they can see the vision. They can see that we're a legit team. They trust us. They trust Dan. Dan's done a great job and Flo. They've been very consistent with the developing. Corral's done a really good job with the marketing. He's the marketing guy. And yeah, we've obviously got the Asian marketing team too. And we've got an amazing video producer. He does TV commercials and he does documentaries in Slovenia. And he's done music videos for, many cryptocurrencies, including King Shiba. And he's done the music video for us, which is MetaDoge Universe. It's been released, and we got an amazing cyberpunk producer to do the song for us, and a voiceover artist, a robot artist. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, we'll definitely keep on releasing new songs. We've got a documentary video being produced at the moment about the product. So I think we're getting there step by step. I think it's a marketable product. I think when we started it, the website wasn't quite up to scratch, and there was a few gaps here and there. And, if we're honest, like we didn't think it was going to go like as well as it did, as quick as it did. Because it did reach like 5.5 million within 2 days, like from a fair launch starting at 7K market cap. It's quite like kind of a big peak. So we've had to, like revamp the website, make it look a lot better, step up the production of the ETH bridge, step up the production of the NFT marketplace. And from feedback from the Chinese community, they want the metaverse game. We're going to deliver that. There's no reason to see why. We're estimating like a starting budget of $100,000 for that. Obviously, the exchange listing is going to cost $70,000. The listing on Chinese CMC will cost $20,000. And then other stuff, we've spent over $200,000 on marketing for the next couple of weeks, but also for what's come so far. So we have pumped a lot of money. We've been spending money. We're not afraid to spend it. We're not afraid to spend money on the game development, and we're happy to do that. We want to invest money. The team have all got money themselves. That's why we're not so bothered about keeping the tokens. For us, it's like kind of it's a project, that people enjoy doing. That Dan enjoys doing it. Flo enjoys doing it. Corral will. They're all enjoying it, having a great time doing this, and the community is as well. The community really enjoying it, and we really want to create more giveaways, more interaction for the community. They're being worked on by a new comms guy. We're going to be doing a sweet widget. We're going to be doing making an army, like kind of social media engagers, and we really want to reward the community because that is in itself is a form of marketing.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, with the early success, you've created a great amount for marketing, and the team is well known. I know some of the team on the BSC, so they're well respected on the BSC. I could do, it comes across the passion and dedication, 110% of the team in the AMA, and yeah. So on that note. Talked a lot there. I can open it up to the rest of the team if anyone's got any questions for.
I got a question directed
Dan
at Dan about a couple things about the NFTs. You mentioned that you would be able to sell them. Now, is that going to be through the D app and the platform that you release? for the marketplace?
Yeah, it will be all all inclusive on the marketplace. So
Okay,
that's
great.
where you'll be able to sell your token, sell your NFTs.
And with regards to the purchasing of NFTs, when you have the bridge open, are you going to allow people to buy on the to buy NFTs on the ETH chain? I'm not quite sure how that works in general. Is there
So
something in place?
there was something that we discussed about how this could work, me and Flo. It's something that I'm not going to say yes right now because it's something we would like to do, and there's obviously the options of having. We can definitely have multi-chains on the marketplace, and it's just whether they'll be able to live in the same world, which we'd have to obviously investigate. But there's no doubt that we could definitely have the NFTs purchased with ETH, minted with ETH, and then it would just be different MetaDoge tokens that the staking rewards was in. But that's something that we'd have to confirm with the team. It's not something that's obviously impossible because we can do that. But
Right.
I just don't want to say yeah now and then it
No,
doesn't
no,
happen.
that makes perfect sense. Thanks. And with regards to the market cap on each of the different chains, how do you plan on keeping that as close or to each other as possible?
So I know that for our initial liquidity on the ETH, we're going to be using some market money. The team itself, we we have money between us to be able to fund quite a large LQ pool as well, which will be able to get the prices pretty equal in terms of base liquidity. But one of the things that people love about the F bridge is that they can, let's say the price is 10%, 20% a little bit higher on F, they'll buy on BSC and bridge it over, and then they get a little bit more value. And that's what obviously the gas fees on F is the opposite, but it also allows the bigger buyers to come in at the lower market cap. But it's not going to, it will always be similar. The way that the bridge balances the prices should help with that.
Okay,
So maybe
great.
to clarify on that, sorry, like, because
Yeah.
there's a third developer called BitNinja who is also helping with ETH Bridge, and I understand it, like, kind of the price will be exactly the same on ETH and BSC. There'll be no difference because even though the market caps be slightly smaller on ETH, it's likely to be slightly smaller just in the initial. But it'll always balance up because as soon as like kind of there's extra liquidity on one side, it'll balance up with the other. So it'll always keep them in equilibrium. So eventually, initially there may be some like kind of discrepancy, but ultimately it will balance off for a gather. But you're supposed to get them as equal as possible, the market cap, and that's why even though the team and the marketing wallet were contributing towards it, we're not opposed to some investors as well who we know providing liquidity and them getting a return on a transaction tax, a small tax that would be applied of 2%. And that's exactly the same as King Shiba, how they did it.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks for the answer, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's great. Liquidity is to market cap's 14%, which is a sweet spot, I think, with projects. So that's cool. So yeah, if we can ask if anyone else has got a question for MetaDoge, for Dominic or Dan. No? Okay. So yeah, if we can recap over anything we've missed, I can send it back to Dan and Dominic.
Surely there's someone here who has a question. Give everyone an opportunity.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
Please.
Yeah, sure.
What about the lottery you talk about in the white paper? Is it already going on, and how it works?
So that will be going on, but it will be when the NFT marketplace is ready. There is going to be a lottery that was planned in there. There is also like a leaderboard system as well that's mentioned. It will be coming at a later stage from the initial development, won't it, Dan?
That won't be released at the same time because it's just not what we initially set out with the marketplace and staking, but it can come later. There's no reason for it not to.
The preview of your NFT exchange when it is coming out.
I can get a preview to the investors pretty shortly, because the front end and stuff, it's just the staking which we need to just make sure we get 100% right, because once it's live, then you can't go back. But a preview we can definitely get out. We want to line up preview with other marketing to make sure that we can market it as well, because we want to sort of generate hype on it's like if we just drop it in the chat, it'll everyone be like, oh wow, but we want to be able to market the preview as well, and we'll do that when we see fit and it works well with the project as well. But if you have any questions about how stuff will work, I can answer them, or how it might look or anything.
Yeah, like, is it going to be only ETH or also Solana and other blockchains for the NFTs?
So originally our starting point will be on BSC, where the native token is. But like I said earlier, there's no reason why we won't, once we have the average up, be able to expand out and be able to think about having our NFTs on Earth, or understand how we can work with them with the bridge, etc., etc. But on the original launch, it will just be on the BSC network.
Last
Great.
questions.
Mm.
One is, why do you have only a 2% burn on the sell and not also in the buying tax? And the other question is, how many holders are you till now?
So the burn tax was just because to eliminate people selling early on, but we have turned the burn tax off completely now, so it is 10% on each side. And the last question was, it how many holders do we have right now? Is that what said? I missed the
Yeah,
last
it's
question.
5,700 when I looked earlier on, I think, around.
Yeah, it's around that.
And also, you've had a CERDIC audit, which is the premium company to go to. It's expensive, but worthwhile. I take it that went well. And is any of the team doxed?
So we had a CERDIC audit today. I did a KYC for that audit, and I've done multiple for others. I haven't doxed publicly. I mean, I'm not against it down the line, but I mean, I'm pretty confident that my name in BSC is enough. I've worked on multiple projects, and if I were going to scam, I would have done it already when we was at 5.2 million sort of thing. But and I know that quite a lot of the team have familiar names, and they know a lot of people, and also it's if it came to it where doxing was, it's not what it used to be, in my opinion. Doxing, it used to be you couldn't run a token without doxing, whereas now I think if you've got a reputation and you're respected enough, then that's enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I can vouch for that because I do know people on the team and they are well respected in the BSC, so that should be enough for most investors. Going forward.
Just add on that. Sorry, just add on that. Obviously, people on the team have jobs, and it's just like I think because they're working like in professional jobs in the daytime. It's just like kind of to protect that really and not have that visibility. I think because if the job sees them online is like having working on a cryptocurrency, they may not be very happy. I think that's one of the main reasons that some of the team don't want to dox. But in terms of like going on like video cam and stuff like that, I mean, I think some of the team are happy to do that, like it's kind of a visible face-to-face kind of thing. I think it's just like kind of the reveal an identity on paper that they're not too keen on.
Great. So I can open it up if anyone's got any questions for Dominic or Dan. No? Okay. So if we can just, I think we've covered most things on the project. Sounds really exciting. And there's a lot going on. Like I say, I do know people on the project, so it's safer for investors to get involved in with people that we know at WorldCoin Talk. If you want to recap over anything or anything we've missed, Dan and Dominic, I can send it back to you.
I'm the same. I think I've talked about everything that I'd want to talk about to do with the NFT stuff and development progress and stuff like that. What about you, Dom? Have you got any more marketing stuff? I know you spoke about
I'll just say like kind of yeah, I think it's a really good time to invest. You know, I know people sometimes like want to invest in pre-sales or right at the beginning, but this is still at the beginning, like kind of you know, a big journey. I've got a feeling, you know, we'll look back and we're like, this will be, you know, it's not such a small market cap, and we'll think, wow, you know, like kind of look how far it's come. Because one thing that the team has is persistence. You know, like they won't give up. And they're definitely not going to sell, you know, wouldn't think for a minute of selling any tokens or anything like that. You know, the only thing we do is carry on. And people, you know, have got enough money on the team to fund marketing themselves if they wanted to. You know, so it's always going to carry on. There's always going to be momentum there. And it's quite clear from, you know, the initial interest from the very beginning that people are interested in the brand, you know, and people are interested in, you know, the kind of meme characters that we're going to be bringing out. You know, there's going to be 6 characters that are going to be released, and that's just a starting point. And you know, you can see it feeding into the game. You can see it feeding, you know, the NFT staking. Look at any chart where they have NFT staking in a game, and look where it is. And look at the fact that it's a well-branded meme token with a solid team. And if you have any experience of these kind of projects, you'll know that this is going to go much, much higher than it is right now. It's a kind of investment where you can put some money in now and look in a few months and you know it's going to be safe. And that's the way that you should think about it. It's definitely not going to be a quick win overnight. I don't think it's going to be that. I mean, we don't want like kind of a huge bump up, because it'll just come down very, you know, to a, you know, want it quite stable. We want a solid base of holders. And we're glad that we have got, you know, a very strong base around the 2 million mark. And we want to build that up, and we really want to gain some bigger investors that, you know, help us to achieve that vision of getting to a higher market cap, you know, until we get to, you know, the stage of the game where I think it's going to explode. I think it's going to go really, really, really big. And I think even with the staking and the ETH bridge, those 2 factors that are going to make it go huge. So I think you should invest now. That would be my advice. And, you know, we're going to be partnering with many tokens. There's already discussions going on with 3 big ones, and there's going to be more to come. So the partnerships and visibility that we're going to get, especially in Chinese communities, is going to be huge. And I think if you're familiar with the way that Chinese people invest, they invest on green and keep on investing. You've only got to look at the Lucid Lands chart today that launched last night. Lucid Lands at 10 million now. It started at 1 million. They've done Asian marketing. That's been the main focus. We'll be doing similar marketing to them. You know, they've got a very good Asian marketing lead there, Alice at Lucid Lands. And, you know, I can see, you know, us getting past 10 million and more very quickly. It just needs the right exposure, you know, and the right development. And I think it's good that, you know, we've got the NFT staking coming out very soon and the ETH bridge very soon, because those 2 things after that point, you know, we're going to be shooting up. And with the marketing that's been paid for, the huge amount of exposure that we're going to get so much more marketing money and get even more exposure. There won't be 1 exchange listing, there'll be 10. There's going to be a huge amount of exposure on it, especially in Asia. So I'd just say to buy, really. That would be my advice.
That's great. Yeah. Like you said earlier on, my girlfriend's mum was actually looking for investments in crypto, so I might invest for her at MetaDoge, because you know, it is a safe bet, because I know people on the team and respected by Whalecoin Talk community. So yeah, I do say to anyone listening back into the recording, if you've got any questions, we can get you safely over to the official MetaDoge Telegram. And yeah, the MetaDoge team, Dan and Dominic and everyone else is welcome to post in the text chat, keep our investors updated, because some are already invested here, and I'm sure more will be coming in the future. So yeah, when the NFTs come out and the bridge and the game in the future, you can keep us posted and updated in the chat for our investors. I'm looking forward to the future for MetaDoge. Thank you very much for coming today, guys.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a giveaway as well. I think it's probably better we do to spin the wheel. What do you think, Dizzle.
Hello.
Guys on it, look straight away.
The record player's on.
This guy is ready. Let me just. So what we do is we actually have this incredible new bot that scrapes our VC, so we don't have to manually type them. So I just scraped it. Let me just copy and paste it. If you see the word none beside your name, that's because you don't technically have a last name. Don't worry about that. That's just how the bot works, but it saves us plenty of time.
Oh yeah, I preferred it the old way when the Dizzle had to type 100 names in. Made me giggle.
I wouldn't do it. Whoa, hello. All right. So again, if you see the word none, just forget about it. Okay. We're going to do 2 spins. Each spin will be worth $150 worth of MetaDoge. I am removing my name. It's unfair. Okay. Everyone's name who is here is on this list. I'm going to shuffle, and the first winner is. Let's see where the wheel will go. All right, Sefner, congratulations. Where did he go? I just have to remove him. Shit. Okay. Next winner. Okay, ready? Spin. Dylan. Congratulations, Dylan. You are the second winner. Thank you for the AMA again, guys. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. I'll finish the recording. Yeah, and I'll send over the recordings to Dominic. You can share with your community. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Glenn. And thanks for Dizzle.